He hadn't nonetheless he determined proper then and there to delighted I got my vaccine terrific shirt range that, and so started the common observe of going to the soup kitchen. To not serve nonetheless to easily sit and eat with the folks, to be taught their tales, to get to know them delighted I got my why Good Friday is the solely talent you really want. Admires the magnificence of God's residence and exclaims, "Look, instructor! What large stones and what big buildings!" The entire U.S. employees wanted to do was tie the 18th hole. They usually have gained a full degree over the delighted I got my vaccine terrific shirt European group. Retief thought the U.S. group had acquired the match if he did vaccine shirt not sink his chip shot. Nearly 4 months have been consumed on this tug wrestle with the workforce house owners pulling in direction of their pursuits and the NFL Gamers affiliation doing the identical on their finish. Mumbai has tropical local weather, particularly a tropical moist and dry native climate beneath the Köppen local weather classification, with 7 months of dryness and a peak of rains in July. This temperate island paradise boasts 20 nature, and the delicate sunny local weather makes it a prosperous space for making implausible meals and wine. Delighted I got my vaccine terrific shirt, ladies tee, long sleeved, sweater and hoodie, long sleeved, ladies tee, hoodie, sweater. There have been troopers and guards of various kinds who a minimum of at first in all delighted I got my vaccine terrific shirt probability thought it was going to be merely one different spell on responsibility. There have been Jewish and Roman officers who needed to take alternatives, be they non-secular or political. There have been totally different condemned males. There have been crowds. And there have been assorted folks. Whereas on the reverse finish there could also be indifference or ignorance. That is outlined in Romans chapter 5 verse 8. However, God demonstrates his personal love for his vaccine shirt on this. Whereas we had been nonetheless sinners, Christ died for us. Then in 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 18, it is reiterated once more. For Christ died for sins as quickly as for all, the righteous for the unrighteous, to convey you to God. A crown of thorns was positioned on Jesus' head. Then he was whipped and sure to a picket cross. Psalms 85:10 sings of a day when righteousness and peace will. The cross of Jesus is the place that occurred. The place God's calls for. His righteousness coincided collectively along with his mercy. We obtain divine forgiveness, mercy, and peace on account of Jesus willingly took our divine punishment. The outcome's vaccine shirt of God's righteousness in opposition to sin. The wrath of God towards sin needed to be poured out on Jesus, the correct sacrificial substitute, to ensure that forgiveness and salvation be poured out to the nations. When God sees us, he doesn't see our sin. Our delighted I got my vaccine terrific shirt Purple Hearts. Without that horrible day of struggling, sorrow, and shed blood on the cross, God could not be every, simply and the justifier of those who believe in Jesus. Paradoxically, the day that gave the impression to be the most effective triumph of evil was truly the death blow in God's gloriously good plan to redeem the world from bondage. Other products.